Hey there, we're going to talk about sport today. I'm Cadence Kidwell, proprietress here at Fuzzy Goat in downtown Thomasville, Georgia. And if you know me at all, you'll know I am not a very sporty person. I don't follow sports. I'm not a sports fan. I went to the University of Florida and I also went to Florida State. No interest in any of that. But we saw some great sport yarn at market, and where we used to hardly have any at all, it was a very small category for us. It is bursting at the seams, and DK had to make some room for sport over there in the cabinet. So I've got lots of fun new yarns, brand new yarns to show you. Some of these are not only brand new for us, but just brand new in the world. So we're really excited about these. And we saw some great patterns, which is one of the reasons why we didn't have sport yarn, because there weren't any, or as many great sport patterns as we found. So thank you guys all for watching. I love you all tuning in already at this time. And so let's dig in. Let me show you first the pattern that started our sport craze. That is the licorice twist vest. We saw this in person and at the Manos booth, and we have some of this exact color on the way, coming any day now. And Melissa's going to do a class on this. Turns out there is tons of stuff to teach in this. There are cables, there's seaming, there are 3-needle bind off, and what I also learned, let's see if I can find a picture here. Here, this is what's also cute about it, is the way it was seamed just a little bit. But what I didn't know until I dug into the pattern is that you could actually seam it the whole way if you wanted. This way looks super cute over a blouse that's pulled out, or a dress that isn't fitted. This is really cute that way, but you could also seam it up for a more traditional look. So this is the licorice twist vest. Well, I'll show you some yarn. Let's show you some yarn, and then I'll show you what I think I'm going to do mine in. Okay, I don't even know how to do this yarn justice. We have 20 colors. I have never ordered 20 colors. But we ordered all 20 colors of Earth Yarn's new spiral grain. It's a sport yarn. You wouldn't believe how soft it is. Absolutely passed Mr. Fuzzy Goat's itch test with flying colors. It has 198 yards on it. It's 100% superwash extra fine merino. And I mean, and the colors just keep going on. A sport, Rita, it goes lace, fingering, sport, sometimes people call sport baby weight, then DK, then worsted. So sport's in between DK and fingering. Hey Z, how you doing? I mean, look, I keep pulling up more colors here. Look at these. They just go on and on. It is a beautiful twist in it. Look at that. So super soft. And I'm going to do my licorice twist vest in that. Even though this has, and this is beautiful in a solid color. I'm going to show you my swatch. I started swatching last night in this spiral grain. This is not much of a swatch. I'm still going. I'm still going. But this is, let me show you what it looks like wound up so you can get a sense here. And then I'll find. So here's what it looks like wound up. So eventually you'll see that I'll get some, you know, a mild stripe of a blue in there. But I think the majority of it will be this kind of rusty color. And I think that'll be just fine. I think this pattern here is strong enough to hold up to a little bit of variation in there too. So that is really fun. Yep. So that is what, let me show you what this skein, let me see if I've got one in here. I believe it is this one. Yes. So this is what it looks like in the skein. This is what it looks like wound up. This one is a little bit lighter than this one. And the skeins do vary a little bit. So I believe I will actually kind of fade from one to the other in there. I'm paying attention to that because I realized even when I laid out all my skeins, all the same dye lot, there is variation in them. But look, there's variation in each skein too. So I think it's just gonna be lovely. And it's gonna be really, it's super fun to knit with, and it's like amazingly soft. And okay, so maybe you're thinking, I'm not gonna do a vest, Cadence. What else can you do? We did learn at market that vests are hot this season. Melissa found us some other patterns, and I got them all cattywampus over here. But the Rose Garden Wrap would also be really pretty in that. You can do that also in 2 other yarns I'm going to show you also. But the classic ones, Andrea Mowry has lots of patterns for sport weight yarn that is similar to this. And so you could put, oh gosh, we could do this all day long. Hey, Vonda is putting these three colors together. So you could do one like this with these 3 colors. This is elderberry, spruce, and crabapple. They're all named after trees. Or you could choose, you could go in this direction and do this. This is weeping willow, juniper, and sycamore together, and you could just go on and on. And this is a super fun pattern, Andrea Mowry's The Shift. And then she also has the Inclinations cowl, and she has an Inclinations sweater too. Do I have the cowl here? Here's the cowl, yes. The cowl is similar to the Shift, so if you've already done the Shift, you can do the Inclinations cowl. It has a different stitch pattern. The Shift is a slip stitch. And this one, she also has, Andrea Mowry has tons of colorwork sweaters, and this would be beautiful in a colorwork sweater. Okay, so you're thinking, all right, well, that's the colorwork. You could do them both, but you really want your colorwork to stand out. So we got you covered, because the other new yarn we have is from Isager. This is a Danish company. It is, let me show you here. It is these down at this end. Get this basket angled for you here. It is 80% wool and 20% linen. So it's very soft and can be used by lots of people who might feel a little bit allergic to wool, because the linen fiber goes over the wool and it just gives it also a lovely effect. And it doesn't absorb the dye in the same way. So it would also be perfect for that vest, sport weight. It would be beautiful. That was actually what this, because it's solid, that would be beautiful in this Rose Garden Wrap. And we have all the pattern links at the yarn pages. But these can be paired nicely to do those colorwork sweaters. So you could do the colorwork in this and the body in that. In fact, the drawing sweater, I brought mine, was originally meant for sport. It was designed by Sport. We didn't have very much Sport. Melissa and I fell in love with it. We had to do it. We're doing it in DK. Let's see. I have cast off my bottom part. I think it might be too short. It matches the pattern, but I think I want my body a little bit longer, so I'll probably go back and undo it, but I'm going to wait because I'm in the sleeve right now, and there's color work in the sleeve. And man, that's a challenge, because it's been a minute since I did this jacquard, backward jacquard method on the inside with these little things in there. So I'm having to reacclimate myself to that while doing 9-inch circulars. I couldn't decide which ones I liked best, so I just have one of each right now, my Fuzzy Goat and my Wonder Woman, because I feel like a Wonder Woman doing this pattern here. This is meant for sport. So you could do the drawing sweater. I mean, it could just go on all day. You could do ficus with, and the Isager don't have romantic names like that. This is 31S. But those two together would look really pretty. Let's see, you could do Weeping Willow and 59 would be really pretty. Or you could do 59 with this one here, has a little bit of purplish in it. Isn't that pretty? Wisteria. This just feels so great. So this would also be perfect for the licorice twist vest. And Melissa also found this one here, espresso, which would be perfect. You know, cute little neckerchief. You could wear it tied up like that, or just wrap it just once, and that would be great also. So this is a Danish company. Essayer is a mother-daughter team, and they have their company on the close to the North Sea. I think that's so amazing. And let me show you the different colors here. Some of them are tweedier, and some of them just catch the dye a little bit different here. We have a natural to go with it. Carla is looking at these two to go with a French market skirt that she bought, and she introduced me to this new pattern here, Spring Fling. Isn't that cute? I can't wait. Melissa hasn't seen this. Carla and I were texting last night over this, which is something that we can do, and we try to do it only during business hours, but I can't help myself. So Carla introduced us to this, so you too can text and email us, and we will answer you. And isn't this cute? I know Melissa, this is gonna go, and Melissa's cute. You'll see her talking about this soon. So we're just really excited about these. Let me get this. I love this rich brown. This brown is really pretty, and look how pretty that is with that ivory. And then there's kind of like a greenish, a deep, moody green there. And then there's a grayish blue. And this one is kind of a blue, dark blue gray. Really pretty, really soft, that 20% linen in there. I would never think that linen would have softened it up like that. It's just perfect. All right, another new sport. So let me say this. Merlin is not new to the world, it's just new to the fuzzy goat world. Spiral grain is new to the world, and this is also new to the world. This is Hand Spun Hope. We love Hand Spun Hope. We love their message. We love everything about them. Like Earth tries to plant, Earth does, not as a try. Earth supports lots of causes and also plants trees in Africa for every skein that is sold. So think how many trees we could plant if we sold all of our 20 colors. Let's see, I got some more of these. This Hand Spun Hope has a fabulous story. Do I have them all here? I might indeed. It's wild silk, hand spun in the central highlands of Madagascar. And so it's slightly thick and thin, as hand spun would be. It is then imported into Rwanda in the single ply, where the women of Hand Spun Hope ply and hand dye it organically with native Rwandan plants. So such a lovely journey this yarn has already been on. Think of all the women's hands in the world that have touched this. Hand spun, hand dyed. And we're just so thrilled to support the women of this cooperative. And each purchase helps these women earn a living wage in Rwanda. And then also teaches low impact farming in the Madagascar forests. So it's just a lovely project. The weight varies between fingering and sport. We're calling it a sport because sometimes it is thicker like a sport. And when I saw this yarn and knew it was coming, I've got to clear my decks a little bit. Not really, right? I mean, I say that, and then that's not what's going to happen. I want to stripe several of these into a rocket tee. I think this would just feel great. So it's a raw silk. It's going to just feel lovely next to the skin. It's not going to be hot. It'll be perfect for this climate. And because the skeins aren't super big, you can stripe them, you know, and not have lots of yarn left over. So I may stripe like these three together. I don't know. I really love this one too. This one is Madder Root. This one has the slightest tint to an olive green to it, but is very dark, and it is called Rich Topiary. It looks like really rich soil. Just really lovely. Has a little bit of a shine in the right light, which is just really fun with how rustic the yarn is. Just beautiful. So we have brand new Boracera silk from Hand Spun Hope. We have Spiral Grain, brand new from Earth. Both of them supporting livelihoods in Africa. And then we have this lovely Danish yarn from Isair. All right. Our friends at Earth have also lent us 2 samples, one of which I'm wearing here. This is what we're calling the cherry colorway. And then there is the cinnamon colorway behind me. And this is a brioche kit, the Noxolis wrap. It is a great brioche pattern because the brioche is mostly straight. And what's great about brioche is it's reversible. So you can have a long scarf like this, and you can have, it's like a 2-color rib in a lot of it, but yet you can see this pattern showing up in there. And it's 6 skeins, and then you get to the center part and you have a little bit more, but then by then you're just fully loving the brioche journey, and you can do those little things. Those things are not all that difficult, and then you're back. So that is the Noxolis wrap. Then we have 2 great new bags. You might have seen them hanging behind me. These also came from Market. Oh, I got Spiral Grain everywhere. Okay, so this one, super proud of this one here because we saw the shape from a Tenti, and then we saw this fabric on another one, and we were like, we want that shape in that fabric, and look at, here it is just for you in the store, not even a pre-order. Super excited about having these. And so it has it's got, as my mother would be pleased, it has feet on it. It has a strap so you can carry it over your shoulder or even as a crossbody. It's got pockets in it. It's light colored inside. It's got this great leather tassel. This is called Fantastic Animals. And this is absolutely a girl-made bag. This is a mother-daughter design team, Andrea and Gianna, and they make them in the US, but are influenced by fabrics from all over the world. I think this is a fabulous bag. And then we have the Maker's Canvas Satchel, which is the mustard behind me, and we also have it in olive. Another girl-made bag from Della Q. And we're actually calling this the Mary Poppins bag in the shop because look at this. Okay, so this comes over and magnetized down over it, your strap. It keeps it shut. Another snap to keep it shut, so it makes it a great carry-on bag. But this is what I love about it. It's like a doctor's bag. It's got this nice frame all around it, and it also has a great strap so you can put it on your shoulders. And it has all the other features that Della Q bags have in it. Has lots of pockets. It has a yarn threader, you know, if you want to use that to bring your yarn through. It's got a little yarn cutter right there, zippered pocket, but it also does this great snap. Oops, I got my little thing caught in there. So it goes shut and you can snap it. You can just really latch it shut here in all those ways. So that is the great Maker's Canvas Satchel, otherwise known as the Mary Poppins bag. Mustard and olive. Last but not least, if you're still watching, last few days of our twice-a-year clear-out sale up to 75% off. And we have these cute samples that Cheryl knit for us. One of these bundles did one of these bundles did this great hat. This hat is the Plaid-tastic hat, and this is the yarn sampler cowl, which you can actually put around your neck twice. These little bundles, they're not making them anymore. They were $72, they're now $28.80, and I think there's about 10 of them left over there. So grab a hold of those, and you can have this cute little ensemble ready to go for somebody, oops, for the holidays. Isn't that cute the way it turns out in the little plaid like that? All right, have a great day.